Part of this answer will be directed at potential immigrants from Asia, especially to the Indian subcontinent. The most important thing that no one tells you is to ask yourself the reason for immigration. Many people from the Indian subcontinent are moved around impressed by flashy cars and a lifestyle expressed in popular songs and movies, especially Punjabi movies, from the Punjab region in India. Punjabis, Indians, and Pakistanis make up a large percentage of immigrants to Canada. Most of the time, they come from a middle-class family and are living a much better lifestyle in their home country. But they end up impressed by seeing their favorite singer working as an Uber/pizza delivery guy but wearing super expensive clothes, Armani and D&G. Plus, the old C80 conversion to local currency makes them think it's possible. So, yes, it's really important to know why you're coming to Canada. But the things that no one tells you are cooking daily, cleaning your house, doing your own laundry, and especially ironing is not fun. Unfortunately, you will always do it yourself as it is very expensive to outsource and not really worth it. Making money is hard, and most people here are happy to live a middle-class lifestyle and be in their comfort zone. You are expected to give to society first and then keep the rest for yourself. This mentality is quite the opposite to that of Asians. The ultimate benefit of making extra money after crossing 100,000 Canadian dollars per year does not meet the effort-benefit analysis. The incremental post-tax income will not make a significant dent. So you will either adapt, like me, as I love the peace and quiet of not running after material things and seeking new experiences, or you can really enhance it with a business idea. See, Canadian experience is not about racism or having previous work in Canada. Canadian experience is more symbolic. It is the employer finding out that you have Canadian values, work ethic, can be a team player, and integrate well with other team members. For this, you do not necessarily need to have worked in Canada. If you can prove how you have worked or interacted with Westerners during college exchange programs, maybe you worked in other cities like Spore, Dubai, UK, etc., that's all they need to know. You need to prove that you have been out of your comfort zone and are exposed to different cultures, races, etc. Your team could have people from all over the world. So, it's important to know that you are an open-minded person. You will start appreciating nature, and the only way to socialize and make friends, especially with Canadians, etc., is by loving the outdoors. Canadians adapt to all seasons. During winters, they do activities like ice skating, skiing, winter hiking, etc. Summers are on a whole new level. So, you will have to put in the effort to get out there. The Canadian attitude of politeness, saying sorry, and being humble can be annoying at times. Canadians pay ridiculous amounts for telecommunication services and banking. Both institutions are oligopolistic and are ripping everyone off in broad daylight. But in true Canadian fashion, people here don't complain and live with it. Although Canada is beautiful, it's not really affordable. Flying within Canada is super expensive, kind of a monopoly on Canadian Airlines and frequent flights. Hotels are very expensive. People charge 5-star prices for maybe a 2-star one. So, in the end, flying to Europe works out cheaper than a Canadian vacation. You can't drive your friend's/relative's car unless your name is added to their insurance list. Again, this is the other big scam in Canada that happens in broad daylight without anyone complaining. Insurance costs are astronomical, and in some provinces, Ontario, insurance costs can reach up to 400 Canadian dollars per month. As corrected in a comment, you can drive the car, but the risk is on the car owner. Prices of things are generally higher, especially compared to the US or Europe. But yes, local produce is fresh and of good quality. But you still pay a lot. Ordering food is an expensive affair. There are times when taxes, delivery fee, delivery tip, tax on all three add up to more than the value of the food. People tell you that winters are harsh. However, they don't always tell you that investing in a good parka makes things much easier. A good parka is all you need. Most of the time people recommend not buying an expensive jacket, and this is beyond me. Don't expect tax money to give you a great experience in the city. Yes, healthcare is covered. However, Canadian roads are a mess, especially in Montreal. The public transportation system is old, expensive but functional. So, everything in Canada comes with so many add-ons that you might not end up buying/acquiring half of the things/services. So, You're paying the service provider, which in most circumstances will have tons of conditions like minimum hours / minimum amount, etc., federal GST, provincial GST, and tips. With really low wages compared to the US, Europe, and other countries, the high income tax coupled with high indirect taxes makes you question your immigration decision every day. And even after paying for all of the above, the state of the infrastructure is deplorable, as mentioned above. Many metro stations do not have escalators / elevators, none have bathrooms, almost all old apartments do not have accessibility entrances. So you unnecessarily have to pick up your luggage, etc., up the stairs. The Canadian economy is pretty slow, although it grew at a healthy 3% in 2018. Inflation is under control and is at 2%, I guess, which means that salaries generally don't increase much unless you change jobs. Chinese communities have taken the Canadian real estate market to a whole different level. Over the years, they have invested heavily in real estate and other businesses and are one of the wealthiest immigrant communities. Don't be surprised to see the young Chinese population driving around in convertibles, living in the best downtown condos, and wearing Gucci shoes to go grocery shopping. Although they are more of an exception than the norm. In the end, quality of life means different things to different people. For some, living in a country with free access to healthcare and education, breathing fresh and clean air, exploring the natural landscapes, leaving the rat race, and growing spiritually. For others, having quality of life is having the best cars, driving on super smooth roads, living in futuristic apartments, being able to travel around the world without feeling a hole in their pocket, living a much faster competitive life, monetary growth, having all the latest gadgets, etc. So, if you are the first type, you will love Canada. If you are the latter, you will be surprised.